Hi, welcome to my room. This is where I come when I want to read. And sometimes when I read, I like to read out loud and I like to read to somebody else. So if you've come to visit, I would like to read to you. And the book that I'd like to read to you tonight is called Lamont, the Lonely Monster. It's a Hallmark playtime book, and it's with Lift and Look Surprises. And I'm going to tell you who wrote it. It was written by Dean Walley, and it was illustrated by Don Page. And there's some really kind of interesting illustrations in here, so we're going to read this book together. It was actually published by Hallmark. So the first thing you see, well, here's the cover, and look, here's a monster that's crying. And the name of the book is Lamont, the Lonely Monster. So the first thing we do is we look inside a door. Inside this door, it says this book belongs to, well, I'm not going to tell you who it belongs to, because right now, because we're reading it, it belongs to us. So here is Lamont, the Lonely Monster. Once upon a time, all books have to start that way. Once upon a time, there was a very lonely monster named Lamont. He was hairy and scary on the outside, like other monsters. But on the inside, he was good and kind. More than anything else in the world, Lamont wanted a friend. He went from house to house looking for a friendly face. But the people inside always greeted him the same way. Eek! Help! After knocking on 77 doors without finding even one friend, Lamont was about to give up, but just then he saw a little house that looked very friendly. So he decided to try once more. Lamont knocked softly on the door, and when it opened, he saw a little boy. That was encouraging. "Would you be my friend?" asked Lamont. "Oh, I have a better idea," said the little boy, who was very nice and didn't want to hurt Lamont's feelings. "Why don't you go over to Monster Mansion? You may find a friend there who's just right for you." Lamont thought that was a very good idea. So that very day, he went to number 13 Dreadful Drive and knocked on the door of Monster Mansion. No one answered. So Lamont pulled the door open and saw Sam, the sulky skeleton. "Hello," said Lamont. "I'm looking for a friend." "What a bother," said Sam sulkily. "I'm not about to be your friend, but you can look around Monster Mansion if you want to. Better watch out for Uriah the Heep, though. He eats monsters like you for breakfast." Ooh, that's not what I had for breakfast. Keeping that warning in mind, Lamont, the lonely monster, began to explore. "Maybe there's a friend in here," he said, when he saw what looked like a hope chest. But when he opened lid, he found a sleeping vampire. He doesn't look very friendly to me. I'd better not wake him, said Lamont as he closed the lid. And I'd better watch out for Uriah the Heep. He sounds dreadful. Look, I have guests who have come to listen to the book too. Here's Lamont. My, what a lot of books, said Lamont as he went into the library. Here's an interesting one called Open Here. As Lamont pulled the book from the shelf, a hidden panel in the bookshelf creaked open. And there stood a pair of ghosts. It's Uriah the Heep! They screamed as they disappeared. Oh no, Lamont said. If people confuse me with that terrible fellow, said Lamont, I'll never find a friend. Lamont walked down the hall until he came to a door where a lot of smoke was seeping out. Disregarding the sign on the door, he opened it to see what was inside. You see what the door says? It says, keep out. But he opened the door to see what was inside. Ah! Shrieked the witch. How dare you interrupt me when I'm mixing my secret potion? Sorry, dear, whimpered Lamont. I was just looking for a friend. Begone, cried the witch, and may you meet Uriah the Heep before the day is out. He'll take care of you. Oh, that's what I'm afraid of, shuddered Lamont as he crept away. I'll try one more door before I give up and go home, said Lamont as he stopped before the largest door in the house. The lonely monster should have been more careful, but he was willing to risk anything to find a friend. He reached out and threw open the door, only to find Uriah the Heep. Ooh, he doesn't look friendly. Aha, cried the horrible Heep. It looks like I found another victim. Please, Mr. Heep, Lamont stammered. I'd make a terrible breakfast. Couldn't we be friends? Friends? Cried Uriah the Heep. Friends? You, me? Friends? Well, that is why I came here, Mr. Heep. I want so much to have a friend. And at that, a great big shiny tear trickled down the cheek of Uriah the Heep. No one has ever wanted to be my friend before, he said. This is the happiest day of my horrible life. All the other creatures who were lurking in the fireplace could hardly believe their ears. So, as the bewildered boarders at Monster Mansion looked on in amazement, Lamont, the lonely monster, and Uriah the Heep locked arms and walked into the sunshiny world and into the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Now, I think that's a really nice ending to a fun book, Lamont the Lonely Monster. I want to thank you for coming in and so that I can read to you tonight. It's so much fun to read to somebody, and you've just made my day. Thank you very much. You have a nice day, and when you think of my hairy, scary monster, think about what good friends they became at the end of the book. Good night.